In a faraway kingdom where the sun kisses the mountains and the forests whisper ancient tales, lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. Her skin was as fair as snow, her lips red as a blooming rose, and her hair black as ebony. But the queen, her stepmother, was vain and wicked, envious of Snow White's beauty. Every day she would ask her magical mirror,
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
and each time the mirror would reply, "You, O queen, are fair, 'tis true, but Snow White is 1,000 times fairer than you." Consumed with jealousy, the queen ordered Snow White to be taken into the forest and never to return. But fate was kind, for Snow White's heart was pure. She fled through the woods, far from the queen's reach, until she stumbled upon a small, mysterious cottage. She fled through the woods, far from the queen's reach, until she stumbled upon a small, mysterious cottage. The cottage belonged to 7 kind-hearted dwarfs who offered Snow White shelter and friendship. The cottage belonged to 7 kind-hearted dwarfs who offered Snow White shelter and friendship. But even in their cheerful company, Snow White could not escape the queen's wrath. Disguised as an old peddler, the queen tricked Snow White into eating a poisoned apple. And with one bite, Snow White fell into a deep, eternal sleep, as though all hope had left the forest. But true love is a magic even stronger than the darkest curses. A brave prince who had heard of Snow White's kindness found her lying peacefully, surrounded by the dwarf's sorrow. Moved by her beauty and spirit, he kissed her gently, and suddenly Snow White opened her eyes, her curse lifted by the power of love. Snow White and the prince returned to the kingdom, where she ruled with a kind heart, bringing joy and peace to her people. And as for the wicked queen, she was never seen again. And so they lived happily ever after, proving that kindness and love can conquer even the darkest of magic.